What's happening, YouTube? Anthony on Power Rangers Lost the Galaxy fan film with a brand new PRLostGalaxy2014 review yet again. And today we are taking a look at Super7 Ultimate's Black and Gold Dragonzord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This makes up for me not getting the Black and Gold Dragonzord that Bandai did for the Legacy Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line in 2016 because the history with Black and Gold MMPR stuff, alright. This is the first of this Black and Gold MMPR stuff because I am aware that the original 1993 Mighty Morphin toy line had Black and Gold variants of the original Megazord, Dino Megazord that is, but Bandai never did Black and Gold variants of Dragonzord and Titanus until the Legacy line in the 2010s for the collector's side of things for the franchise. When Bandai did the Legacy line for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 2013 until 2018, in that 5-year span, they did do Black and Gold variants of the original Megazord, but for the first time, Dragonzord and Titanus. Hasbro, when they started doing Power Ranger stuff, the only way we got some Black and Gold variants of the original Dinozords was only for like those VHS boxed like figures of Megazords from over the course of the franchise, although Hasbro didn't do much. It did favored MMPR. When Super7 started doing Mighty Morphin Power Ranger stuff, they only did Black and Gold variants of the Dragonzord and the original Dino Megazord. But right here is the Black and Gold Dragonzord. I don't know if this is in the same scale as any of my Legacy Megazords or so, given its scale, because this is a very big box. And once I get a regular colored Dragonzord to, you know, compare that with my Bandai Legacy Dragonzord, because that's the only Dragonzord collectible thing I have right now. When I get that, I'll compare that, you know, originally colored Dragonzord with its silver, gold, green, and all of that together. And same go for when I get the original Megazord, because again, I don't have that much Mighty Morphin Season 1 stuff anyway. And Dragonzord, again, this is like my second Dragonzord related thing for my Power Rangers collection, but it's a neat feat and something I, you know, again, to make up for not getting the Legacy Black and Gold one. Something that a lot of collectors at the time, back when I was in my mid-20s no less, was collecting and buying up because they had the money. I didn't. I had the money to buy this, at least in 2025, nearly a decade later, and you know, just to make up for that. So here's the front of the package, what the Black and Gold Dragonzord looks like, throwing back to that vintage retro packaging of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that's something, again, something Super7 have been doing when they had the license to do Super7 Power Ranger stuff. And here's the back of the package talking about the Dragonzord, but just showing the Black and Gold variant, and also the backstory of Dragonzord, if you already know Dragonzord's story, how it came to be when it was first under Rita's control, when Tommy was still the evil Green Ranger, but then when the Rangers broke Tommy out of Rita's control, then Dragonzord joined the Rangers, and Tommy went on the good side of things, and the rest was history. Everybody knows the story of MMPR and the story of Dragonzord from that. So open up, get your dragon daggers ready. Time to unbox and review Black and Gold Dragonzord. Okay, now that Dragonzord has been unboxed, we're gonna go over his accessories. There's about like a total of 6. Starting with this little mini Green Ranger figurine thing that it came with. If you can barely get a good glimpse of the Green Ranger and how it's been painted and everything, you can get some gold for the shield, green for his overall suit and helmet, and then of course the white around his boots and gloves, and as well as his belt. And then look at a little bit of that little mini, you know, dragon dagger that he's fluting the tune, because everybody knows the Dragonzord tune when Tommy would take his dagger to summon Dragonzord to help the Rangers. Okay, then you have the different interchangeable hands for this Black and Gold Dragonzord. You got some ball fists, and then you got the hands when, you know, that where the Dragonzord has those torpedo fingers shooting out those little red torpedoes to shoot at a monster or even Goldar back in Season 1. So you have those interchangeable hands to choose from for that Dragonzord, just like all the other collector grade Dragonzords we've had in the last couple of years. This is the first time owning a dragon, a Green Ranger dragon coin. for all the power coins. Now, this is not going to be a compatible power coin for any of my legacy morphers, or if I ever had a lightning collection morpher, but it's nice to have the have in my Power Ranger collection is a power coin of the Green Ranger's coin, and also featuring, well, unlike the Bandai legacy legacy coins or the Hasbro Lightning collection coins, or even with Playmates is a kid grade reignition morpher with the coins. This has only just the Z, because Z stands for, if you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers primary Super Sentai counterpart, Zoo Ranger. This is where that Z really originated, because Z for, mainly Zoo Ranger, and but in Power Rangers the Z could be mainly anything, mainly Zordon or Zord or something like that, in those terms of MMPR. But yeah, it's great to have the Dragonzord coin, and I do like the gold finish on the coin. It's just, man, I just cannot stop looking at this thing. I mean, again, I never had a Green Ranger power, I never had a Dragonzord power coin before, but this is the first time owning it. Now imagine, like, again, Greenwood Evil Part 1, again, Tommy gets the coin for the first time, bam, he's the Green Ranger with the palm in his hands, closed the balled fist, bam, he's the Green Ranger. First Evil doing good, of course, and so there's the Dragonzord, the Dragonzord coin. And now we have the main attraction, the black and gold Dragonzord. Well, I don't have the regular colored Dragonzord at the moment, but this is the black and gold variant and what it looks like, and the articulation is pretty darn spot on for something that Super 7 I wish could have did more with Power Rangers. If they had continued doing something like this for Mighty Morphin Season 2 and 3, nothing against Season 1 again, because look, I like Season 1 people, but Mighty Morphin Seasons 2 and 3 were basically my MMPR growing up. But it's just Season 1, they've done so many, toys of the first season Zords. And it just made me wonder again, one of my personal gripes about when Bandai had the Legacy line, we could have gotten a Legacy Shogun Megazord and Tour the Shuttle Zord and Legacy Serpentera, but but they chose to keep milking more of Season 1, very little Seasons 2 and 3 stuff. But hey, Super 7 even did it, and Hasbro kind of did it, and other companies that do collector grade Power Ranger stuff did it in the past and in present. But I'm just like, well, I'm happy I have another Dragonzord, because, well, I had to get it because I was like, well, to make up for not getting the black and gold one of this that Bandai did in the Legacy line in 2016. So this kind of does make up for it. It's that iconic Dragonzord design that everybody knows, and but just black and gold, because I'm a sucker for all things black and gold, like I've said for years. But it's great that they did a black and gold rendition of Dragonzord that I could afford, because again, when Bandai did that Legacy one at Toys R Us only in 2016, I tried to buy my black and gold Legacy Dragonzord on Amazon, but I just couldn't afford it, and it's just so many collectors were buying it up because but hey. And then okay, well, you should know that since this is a Super 7 item, the Zord does not come apart. Even when I get the regular colored Dragonzord, that's not going to come apart to put together with the original Super 7 Ultimate's Dino Megazord. So it's not like your usual combinable Megazords from Bandai and Hasbro, where you just take the take the Dragonzord apart to put together with the Mastodon, Saber-Tooth Tiger, and Triceratops Zords, or the entire Megazord together with the Mega Dragonzord combination, when putting all 6 of the Ranger Zords together with Titanus, and you got the Ultra Zord and everything in between. So this does not come apart like your usual traditional combinable deluxe Dragonzord or any Megazord, really, sadly. And again, Super 7, if they had continued doing more MMPR stuff, we could have gotten something like this for the other Megazords from MMPR. I mean, I do have one in particular to compare again. Now, this is basically almost the same height. Now, when you compare, let's say, my Legacy Ninja Megazord with the Super 7 Ultimate's Dragonzord, or Q-Reno Cosmic Fury Megazord in comparison, it's almost the same height. But, again, these are roughly, Cosmic Fury Megazord / Q-Reno and Ninja Megazord are the same height, but this Legacy Dragonzord, this Super 7 Dragonzord is nowhere near the same height as those two. All right, let me put these two away just for a comparison piece for a reason. For Super 7's version of the original Megazord and Dragonzord, they just don't really live up to the height and scale as your usual other Megazords and stuff from Super Sentai and Power Rangers. So I mean, yeah, again, these are great collectible renditions of the original Zords, but they just didn't come close to what I just showed in comparison, like my Ninja Megazord and my Q Reno. So now let's take a look at some articulation. You know, of course, Dragonzord's mouth can open and close. So this is how the Dragonzord's mouth would close and then open when he's roaring and stuff. Now, unlike other toys and stuff for the Dragonzord, the back fin to him does not flip or anything, so it just stays as is, static. His arms do move, but it's very restrictive, and again, it does not combine. You know, you can't take this together off and, you know, do any combination with it. So the arms are what they are because knowing Super 7, they're not like other toy makers that have done Power Ranger product in the past and today, where they'll do something like that. You can move the arms and you can move the legs around, and depending on the leg movement, because again, that's just how Super 7 rolls. You get some pivoting and turning the legs around, the lower legs and the feet around. You do got some good feet movement. I'll give it that for these for the feet on this Dragonzord. And then what about the tail? Okay, now I was certain if the tail can come off, but I don't think so. No, that was like when I had the Legacy Dragonzord. But you can, you know, articulate and animate the tail around for some stop motion, but it ain't going to be much though, because look at the tail. Now I have the tail for the Dragonzord, the Legacy one somewhere. Give me a moment. Because when you compare, this is the tail from my Legacy Dragonzord. Because when you had the, you know, with the Legacy Dragonzord, the tail, you had all this great, you know, animated movement to move the tail around, because, you know, you can also close it when you have that staff formation for the Dragonzord to make a drill, you know, make the drill for this thing. But I don't think, unfortunately, for this one, let's see. Nope, you cannot, but you can keep the tail straight, but you can't, like, clip it together to make the drill. Just like, again, like with the tail for my Legacy Dragonzord. Okay, let's put that away. So that's about it. Again, this is going to be this was a quick review for this Super 7 Dragonzord. I think it was pretty good. It's at least a thumb up. And if you're looking forward to do all of Super 7's Power Rangers product, go for it, because again, this is all they ever did for, you know, for MMPR, was just the Dinozords. And I do believe they did do Tommy's Tiger Zord, but it's kind of rare to get. So anyway, that's it for my review on Super 7's Black and Gold Dragonzord. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new review, whether it be Power Rangers, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Marvel, Star Wars, and the like, or whatever galore and the like. With that being said, thanks for watching.